The Owens chose a galvanized steel for the new roof. I didn't know that much about metal roofing, so I thought it might be a good idea to find out how the shingles are made. That's why we're here with Jim Anderson, managing partner of NexTech. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Morning, Steve. Good. Very well.
So, Jim, could you let us know what happens here in your plant?
Sure, Steve. Quite simply, we bring in full hard cold roll sheet steel, anneal it to soften it, and put a layer of zinc coating on it.
Now, annealing, what exactly does that mean?
Well, this is the incoming base metal. It's very hard. It has a layer of oxide, somewhat dirty. We're annealing it through exposing it to very high temperatures and softening the material.
Right.
Making it more pliable and ductile for our customers' applications.
I see.
The end product, Steve, is this. This is a sample of the end product. It's very pliable, ductile, soft, and has a nice layer of zinc coating on it.
Right. So, how do you get from here to there?
Well, I can show you the process.
Oh, great. Let's go. So, Jim, this is a great schematic of your plant here now. Could you walk us through the line?
This is a continuous line, so we have to have two coils. The coil we're processing currently has to be ready to be welded onto the next coil. Right. So we're prepping one coil while we're operating the previous coil. Right. We do that through a welding operation, and as you can see, we have an accumulator here. And the accumulator basically allows us to stop this section of the line while continuing to process strip through the annealing and the coating operation. Oh. The annealing ovens are very lengthy. We start out at the first part of the oven at about 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very hot. We go into an oven that is about 1,400 to 1,500 degrees. After that, the furnace atmosphere within the oven is a mixture of hydrogen and nitrogen with no oxygen. That serves to clean the process, clean the steel, and render it suitable for coating.
Right.
And then we cool it down to about 900 degrees at the very end of the oven. It then goes into a molten bath of zinc. This molten bath of zinc is about 6 feet wide, 6 feet deep, 6 feet long.
All right. Now, why do you use zinc?
Well, the zinc provides corrosion resistance, and it does that in two ways, Steve. Number one, it provides a physical barrier, much like a paint does on your house or your car. But more importantly, it provides a sacrificial protection through the theory of dissimilar metals. If you have a cut edge or a scratch where the steel is actually exposed, the zinc will protect that steel from corroding.
Right.
It's not just a layer that's compressed or anything. It is a metallurgical bond. It's a permanent bond. There's an actual alloy of iron, steel, zinc, permanently holding the zinc to the steel.
Right.
And then we have some cooling towers and some subsequent operations that bring the steel strip to the customer specification as far as flatness and surface texture.
And then from there, it's the end of the line.
Yes, we have a cooling reel at the end of the line that wraps the steel up upon itself. Right. At that point also, we'll do the quality control checks, such as hardness, physical properties, coating weight, thickness, gauge, things like that.
Right. So this is what your plant turns out.
That's right, Steve. It's the heaviest zinc coating we make, and should render the steel perfectly suitable for durable and corrosion-resistant shingles.
Great. So we've seen how you galvanize and anneal the steel. Thanks for the tour, Jim.
Quite welcome, Steve.
Now let's move on to the next step, in the process of making steel shingles. From the galvanizing plant, these coils are brought here to the processing plant. Hi, Charlie. How you doing?
Good. Good morning, Steve. Welcome to our coil coating line.
Thanks. I'm here with Charlie Hamilton. He's the plant leader of the coil coating company. So, Charlie, let us know what happens here at your plant.
Well, we take bare galvanized coils from the steel mills,
right,
and we apply coatings to them.
And then what happens to them after this?
We take them from here to the coating line and apply paint.
Great. Can we go have a look?
Sure.
So we're here with Charlie at the start of the coil coating process.
Yes, this is where we load the galvanized coil onto the continuous paint line. From here it goes into a cleaning section and then into a pre-treatment section.
Why do you treat it?
We treat this steel to prepare the zinc galvanized coating to accept the primer. It then goes from the pre-treatment section into the prime coater, where a coating of paint is applied to the top and the bottom of the strip.
Right.
It then goes into an oven where it's baked at 460 degrees, and then it goes to our finished coater room.
Can we go and see where you put on the final coat of paint?
Sure, let's go to the coater room.
Okay.
Steve, this is the strip that's coming up from the prime coater into our finished coater room.
And this is where the final coat of paint is put on?
Yes, this is where we apply a fluoropolymer paint system to the top and the bottom of the coil.
Fluoropolymer, what exactly is that? What does that do?
Fluoropolymer is a paint system designed by the Valspar Corporation, and it's been in use for over 20 years in exterior commercial applications. Its strengths are basically color retention and ultraviolet resistance.
So it stands up to the sun.
Right. This paint will now go into an oven where the paint's baked on at 480 degrees and then continues on to be rewrapped at the end of the line.
Can we take a look at the final product?
Sure.
Right. So Charlie, this is the finished product.
Right, this is the end of the painting process. We'll take this coil from here to our metal shingle plant.
It's still warm from the oven.
Yeah.
What kind of quality control do you do here?
We take a sample from every coil, take it to our quality control lab, and run a series of tests on it.
Can we take a look at some of those tests?
Sure.
Right.
We take samples from every coil that we paint. We keep 2 pieces of that coil on file for 20 years for
20
future
years.
reference.
Wow.
Right. And then we run a battery of 5 tests.
Oh, what kind of tests do you do here?
Those tests would be a color matching test to make sure that the color that we've got on the coil is what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
We run an MEK rub test, which makes sure that the paint's cured properly.
Right.
We run a impact test and a T-bin test to make sure that the formability of the system is okay. Now the final test we run is a video microscope.
Right.
And that's to verify the total thickness of the film is correct.
Right. Now, what does that mean to the homeowners?
That means that we can guarantee the homeowner that their paint system on their metal shingles will last a lifetime.
Can we go finally see some shingles?
Sure, let's go.
Right. This looks fascinating. Now, Charlie, I notice there's not many people on this line. Why is that?
Well, it's designed to be a fully automated line. So we take the coil that came from the paint line, put it on our uncoiler, and feed it through an automated leveling system and an automated feeder. And then it goes into a fully automated 6-stage die. The parts are transferred by a robotic transfer system. That transfer system places them on an inspection conveyor where they're inspected and then they're packaged.
Okay, let's have a look at the final product.
This is our wood grain product. It has 4-sided interlocking hems, top and bottom and on both ends, and it comes in several different colors.
Do you have any other profiles?
Yes, we have one other profile, and that's a slate profile.
Wow, this is a great product. Well, that's the story behind the story of Sue and Paul's roof. Let's get back to the house and see how things are progressing.
That sounds like quite a complex manufacturing process. I had no idea. You know, it's hard to believe that shingles looking that good came from rolls of steel.
Yeah, and the coating process is really key to how long the shingles last.
That's what we're expecting.
Well, I don't think you're going to have any problems. Quality is obviously very important to these manufacturers. Hey, Frank, you're making good progress. Listen, how long does a project like this usually take?
Approximately 2 or 3 days.
So how do you put the shingles on?
Why don't you come on up and give me a hand and show you.
Yeah, okay. We're going to take a short break.
And he huffed. And he puffed. But he could not blow down the steel frame house. The new steel. Feel the strength.
If you would like to know more about the product we're exploring in today's episode of Reno Expo, call our toll-free number now, and we'll send you a detailed, free information package. And Reno Expo takes our service one step further. In conjunction with national trade associations, Reno Expo has sourced experienced contractors nationwide to assist you with your specific project. For a list of contractors in your area, call our toll-free number now or visit www.renoexpo.com.